This is On Air with JP. On today's show, Idaho's getting ready for fishing season. My bracket is bent, not busted. Got the nitty gritty. Any tips on what I can do in Louisiana when I'm there in about a month? I'm just wondering. A person laughing in the face of death in his own unique way, and good people doing good things. Let's get to it. We are getting into that time of the year where people are going to be out casting. Anglers will be out fishing. Well, some probably already are now. Me, not so much. Fish don't fear me. Last fish that ended up on the end of my line was a bluegill somewhere near Idaho City. The year was 2000. Some of you might be saying, but didn't you live in Alaska? Yeah, fish didn't fear me there either. Didn't matter if it was on the ocean, guided fishing trips on rivers. Not a nibble. Should have went dip netting. But the Idaho Department Fish and Game will be stocking about 950 rainbow trout. None of them fear me either. In the 10 to 12 inch range at two different fishing holes. This will happen starting today through the next few days. Hayden Creek Pond along Hayden Creek near Lemhi. About 650 trout will be there. And they'll also put some in the Kids Creek Pond in salmon. So if you're getting ready for a fishing trip, there you go. They're going to put about 350 trout there. They've got a new fishing dock, pavilion, picnic tables, restroom, number of benches, too, to make it convenient for families, too. So with fishing coming about for more families and you're taking those fishing trips, keep that in mind. That story's at eastidahonews.com, so if you want to get more. And don't worry, I will not invade nor ruin your good time fishing this year. Now I know why I have not ever played an NCAA bracket. There is a lot to keep up with. And thanks to Josh from our sister channel, Classy 97, he's been putting in the man hours, tallying up everybody's points. And I didn't have a good weekend. Although the four teams that I have in the Final Four still stand. Auburn, Alabama, Florida, Tennessee. And I have Florida and Tennessee in the championship game with Florida winning. I don't know why I thought Oregon was going to beat Duke. I'm not quite sure what I was thinking there. Yeah, I don't even have everything crossed off. There's just a lot. There's a lot. And last Thursday and Friday was not real productive. And even today, with no basketball going, I don't know if I'm even really productive because we've all been down kind of meandering around our brackets. Yeah. Those that are proficient in it and have multiple brackets going, you are better people than me. There's just a lot to it. I think I'd rather just sit back and watch. I found out last night. Was it last night or was it Saturday? Whatever night it was like, oh, I think it was last night. Yeah. Long weekend. And I'm cheering for teams that I don't even have in my bracket. Yeah. Cheering against myself. Right now, I'm mid-pack. I'm 11th out of 20. So not bad. I can come up. Four teams are still in the Final Four. That's a good thing. Bracket not completely busted. And we're already around to another year of the ACM Awards show. This year, Reba's hosting again May 8th at the Ford Center at the Star in Frisco, Texas. And this morning, first handful of performers were announced. Eric Church, Lainey Wilson, Blake Shelton, and once again, the hostess with the mostest will be Reba McEntire. 60th anniversary. Should be a pretty good show again, May 8th in Frisco, Texas. Luke Combs just received a new accolade. He's a Grand Ole Opry member, and he now is a star on the Music City Walk of Fame. He joins big names like Reba and Trace Adkins and Tim McGraw and Randy Travis, dozens and dozens more. He says, I'll forever be grateful for this and Music City taking me in as one of their own. I get to do what I love, which is singing country music. Because of it, I feel honored to be in such prestigious company on the Music City Walk of Fame. So thank you to everyone who made this possible. So congratulations. Next time you're there, you take a peek at the Music City Walk of Fame. Congratulations, Luke Combs. And that is the Nitty Gritty. Just about a month away from my first ever trip to Louisiana. I've never been to Louisiana. We're flying into New Orleans. We'll be there for a few days, and then we'll drive to Baton Rouge for our bowling tournament, and we'll be there for a few days. So we're bowling Easter Sunday and Monday, and I'm trying to find things to do. I mean, there's going to be 30 of us, and we're all going to kind of do our own thing, but we're all going to kind of hang out a little bit. If you've been to New Orleans or Baton Rouge, little hints on where you think good places to go are, good things to do, maybe some free things that I'm not seeing in areas. I wouldn't mind doing like a ghost tour. I know one of the guys that we're going with is all up for doing the Murder Museum, I think is what it's called. I don't know if I'm down for doing any airboat swamp trips. Prehistoric things that still slither around in the water are not my thing. Just looking at some of the pictures, I'm afraid that I will be the one to get eaten and taken into an alligator roll, little death roll. So if you've been to either New Orleans or Baton Rouge, want to call me and let me know some good things to think about possibly doing, some free things as well, or if there's some pay ones that are really good. It looks like there's a lot of history there. I didn't realize there was so much World War II stuff as well, just kind of searching through. But 208-535-1055 if you got any ideas on something that I might be able to do in New Orleans or Baton Rouge when we go next month. Really looking forward to it. And I'm just wondering, how far away do you live from the home that you grew up in? Figured this was one that everybody could answer. Kim says about 15 miles. Treat, approximately 1,800. Debbie, just down the road, 0.7 miles. Wow. Jeannie, across the street. Trina says, I actually grew up live in the home that I grew up in. Wow. Stacy, 1,768 miles, 26-hour drive time. My buddy Scott is 13 miles away from the high school home, but 3,853 miles away from his home in New Mexico. Sandy is 4.7 miles. Zach is 7.4 miles. A lot of good ones in here. Randy, 790 miles, 11-hour, 30-minute drive. Let's see. Kat, 900 miles exactly, 13-and-a-half-hour drive. Let's see. Another one, Jennifer, I live in the house that I grew up in. Okay. Where am I? There I am. 560 miles, 7 hours, and 53-minute drive time to my address where I grew up. Becky, approximately 4 blocks. There was one in here that was a long, oh, doggone it, I despise Facebook for not leaving all comments on and most relevant. They're all relevant. Let's see. I'm not going to be able to find the one I was looking for. But, yeah, you can chime in and tell me, how many miles away do you live from the home that you grew up in? I'm JP, and I'm just wondering. And, yes, all comments are relevant. I'm JP, and I love these stories of happy endings when somebody passes away and they share their life in such a unique way with so many people that they pass on, still continuing to share life. And this was the headline that I saw earlier today. He snickered in the face of death. Dude from Britain is a candy-loving guy, and he loves Snickers candy bars. He wanted a Snickers-themed coffin, and he got his dying wish. He was buried in the box modeled after a Snickers package. His name's Paul Broom. He worked as a care assistant at a home for adults with learning disabilities, and he'd often allude to the Peanutty idea. This is part of the story. And to the amazement of friends and family, what he wanted to be buried in. Apparently, he was a very quick-witted, mischievous individual with a very good sense of humor. His family, however, they weren't so much into the putting Paul into a Snickers coffin. They didn't have a choice. He put it in his will, and they decided to honor his dying wish, and they said it was the perfect way to send him off. So Paul Broom ended up in a coffin that it looked like it was wrapped, and it looks like a unwrapped Snickers bar. Even had the phrase, "I'm nuts," on the side. That is so good. Paul Broom, the world needs more funny men like that. Off into the land of nuttiness for sure. Let's talk about good people doing good things on 105 The Hawk. Story out of Michigan. Wyandotte, I believe is how you pronounce the city's name, where a young man took the time to return a wallet that was filled with cash and all the personal information that a person typically carries in their wallet. Cards and IDs and those types of things. He was running errands on Monday morning, and his name is Donnie Hansen. He noticed this wallet lying in the middle of the road. He was like, well, I'm going to go pick that thing up. He dug through it, got the address, said, you know what, I'm going to take this wallet back to this address with all the money and everything in it. So he went walking up the front porch, rang the doorbell, and the ring doorbell. Michelle Johnson was like, who's this guy standing on my front porch? She didn't know who it was. So Donnie holds up the wallet and says, hey, I found this wallet in the middle of the road. It's got this address in it, and I'm going to leave it here behind the flower pot so nobody can see it. And she got home from work, and what do you know? It was her son's wallet, and he had lost it the weekend before after working hard with the Detroit Symphony Orchestra. Bunch of tips in there, a bunch of cash, and all his information. He said his decision to return the wallet was inspired by his own experience. He recalled losing his wallet in the past, but no one had ever returned it to him. So determined to offer the kindness he never received, he thought, you know what, I'm going to make sure that this wallet goes to where it needs to. Good people doing good things. It's probably the thing that we all would think that we would do at the time, but who knows? So there you go. Good people doing good things. Thanks for listening, and get the full show with your favorite songs and artists each weekday between 2 and 7 on 105 The Hawk.